Peter Elbow is this wonderful teacher at the University of Massachusetts. He wrote a number of books. One of the ones that we're going to look at is a book called Writing Without Teachers. And Miss Hoffman, he picks up this garbage theme in that book. And so he writes this.
There is garbage in your head. If you don't let it out onto paper, it really will infect everything else up there. Garbage in your head poisons you. Garbage on paper can safely be put in the waste paper basket.
Right? Like if it's just still in your head, you're going to have clouded thoughts. You're going to have cluttered thoughts. But if you can get it out on paper, you can say, oh yeah, that's ridiculous. I need to do away with that. But the really important process is getting it out onto a piece of paper. So he also has this sort of advice.
A person's best writing is often all mixed up together with his worst.
Right, and the problem is you don't know that from the beginning. So what you need is a drafting process where you get the best and worst on a piece of paper, and then you can separate the best from the worst. And so what he often recommends to his students is something called free writing. So free writing is this sense of no judgment. You might not even follow the rules of punctuation. You might not even care about grammar. Why do you think Ms. Hoffman, Peter Elbow really encourages his students, and they've really embraced the idea of free writing?
Because I think when you're paying attention to all of the rules and you start trying to make it perfect, and you start focusing on all of that, and this little voice in your head starts saying, well, that's terrible, and that doesn't make sense, and that shouldn't go there, and you just start editing instead of writing, really. And so if you just let yourself kind of get it all out, you're going to get all that garbage out of your head, but you'll get all the good stuff out too, and it's going to start like making sense and clicking without trying so hard.
Wonderful. So what Ms. Hoffman says is that there's a separation between writing and editing. That writing part is where you're getting ideas, judgment-free ideas out onto the page. The editing stage is when you bring in the critical judgments. But if you bring in the editor too quickly, some of your writing can get blocked. You get paralyzed because you think that's not even good enough to put down on paper. I'm not even going to write anything. I'm going to go check Facebook. It's one of these things of you need to separate the drafting and the editing process.